Look around and you'll see fewer sedans. Americans are buying sport utility vehicles and pickups these days. And why not? They're practical, even if they're not pressed into situations like this. The Northwest Automotive Press Association read the tea leaves well, starting the Mudfest Northwest Outdoor Activity Vehicle of the Year competition 30 years ago. Back then, trucks focused on the U in SUV. Now, some live up to the sports side of the name. Plus, EVs? Those were science fiction in the 1990s.
This year, there are 20 journalists assessing 20 different vehicles, and if you don't see your favorite SUV or pickup truck in the competition, it's because the manufacturer chose not to bring it.
Automotive representatives are on hand to offer information.
It's the
Ineos Grenadier Trial Master.
not the Trail Master.
Trial Master. It's named after a bell staff jacket.
But this two-day competition is organized by members of the Northwest Automotive Press Association. We call it NWAPA. There's on-road testing and a day to get down and dirty. It's not just about being the best off-road vehicle. We judge value, features, cargo room, efficiency, and technology.
2 cameras, one that looks at the front axle, one that looks at the rear axle.
Journalists keep notes.
Electric seats for the first time in a Wrangler.
Really?
And judge by category.
We've got a few twists and turns to get down to the end of the paddock area, and then you'll kind of do a U-turn. We'll have another stop.
Once again, Mudfest is being held at the Ridge Motorsports Park in Shelton, Washington. It's perfect for our needs and why we keep coming back.
You're good.
Day one is for on-road judging, where most of these vehicles spend most of their time.
Every journalist has to drive every vehicle. This is the Nissan Frontier Pro 4X.
Going from car to car every 15 minutes is a huge advantage. When impressions are fresh, it adds accuracy to the assessments. Allow me to give you a tour of the course.
We do 0 to 60 runs. And we do brake tests. Chances are you're not going to be running a slalom course with your pickup truck, but it does help us to assess handling.
And my favorite part.
So now we're hitting the Ridge's go-kart course. It's an actual scale replica of the main track.
There are 6 pickups competing, Frontier being the least expensive.
The all-new Toyota Tacoma. All new, really all new, for the first time in a long time. This should compete well.
It's the TRD Off-Road, now powered by a turbocharged 4-cylinder. The V6 is gone, but this generation Taco is a huge improvement. Ram has brought the 2025 Rebel 1500.
So we add the Hurricane engine, which is a 3-liter straight-six twin turbo. It's available in 2 different variants. You can get the 420 horsepower, which is what you're driving today, or 540 horsepower.
The new 2024 Ford Ranger Raptor is up to the challenge. It's packing a turbocharged V6.
One thing about the Ranger Raptor, it's got a great sound.
The new Colorado ZR2 Bison is happy to keep the Chevy Ford rivalry going.
Launch control is going to maximize power output, minimize wheel spin. So left foot brake and go deep into the pedal. And then that, and you're going to see a telltale flash. When you let go of the brake, it'll launch.
I love launch control.
Honda has brought the new tougher Trail Sport version of Ridgeline.
The Ridgeline gets criticized because it uses unibody construction. Don't diss the Ridgeline. This is a terrific truck. It's comfortable and refined and does almost everything anybody would need from a pickup truck.
The term luxury SUV was an oxymoron when Mudfest was new. This brand didn't even exist.
Genesis electrified GV70 was a winner last year. This is the gas-powered version. You can't go wrong with either one.
There's even a newer brand, Ineos. The TrialMaster is going after classic Defender lovers. The 2024 Lexus GX 550 is fresh from the ground up.
This is the Overtrail model, and it doesn't have the third row. GX rides on the same architecture as Toyota Tacoma and the new Toyota Land Cruiser. However, this runs with a turbocharged V6, and the Land Cruiser gets a turbocharged 4-cylinder. So there is a difference.
The Mercedes GLS 580 is the only V8 in the competition. It's very powerful and Mudfest's most expensive machine at $125,000. Less expensive and loads of fun is Mazda's CX-50.
Not sure if you can hear this, but the engine note of the CX-50 is really nice. Also, this thing is chuckable fun. The steering is nicely weighted, feels mechanical, it's very precise.
It competes in the two-row family SUV segment, along with Hyundai's redesigned and much improved Kona with a turbocharged 4-cylinder.
Kona is also available as a pure electric vehicle.
This is the least expensive way to get all-wheel drive here at Mudfest, followed closely by...
What vehicle am I in now? Kind of hard to miss.
It's the Wilderness Edition.
Subaru's Boxer engine is flat and lays low in the engine bay. That reduces the center of gravity, though Wilderness is raised up a little bit more than other Crosstreks.
Jeep Wrangler Rubicon with Recon package is in the family two-row segment as well. It's a two-door model. The four-door might have helped its chances.
35-inch tires, short wheelbase, 13 inches plus of ground clearance. Wrangler isn't ideal on the go-kart course, but we will assess it further on the off-road. You know, it's the total package.
Competing in both two-row family SUV and electrified categories.
A number of EVs in the competition this year. This is the Subaru Solterra, sort of the twin of the Toyota BZ4X.
Moving on to the three-row competitors. Last year's overall winner, Mitsubishi's Outlander plug-in hybrid, is back defending its Northwest Outdoor Activity Vehicle of the Year title.
Kia Sorento has been refreshed for 2024. This is a nice interior.
Available with a hybrid powertrain, Kia brought the more capable X-Pro version, powered by a 2.5-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder. Volkswagen's Atlas Peak Edition is extremely roomy, claiming best-in-class third-row legroom.
Big SUV, only available with a turbocharged 4-cylinder engine now. Handles pretty well if you want to get the kids' car sick. Another strong competitor, the new Hyundai Santa Fe, also a shoe-in for the most square vehicle here at Mudfest. It's very square. Santa Fe is set up for comfort, but even in the slaloms, it's no slouch. Thing is, your family will love how cushy this thing is.
The only fully electrified three-row family mover, the spacious Kia EV9 GT line with 270 miles of range. It silently snakes through the curves.
EV9 is a hefty machine. It weighs a lot. You know, it's an EV. And it's a three-row crossover, but still, it is light on its feet.
Slinging these rigs around cones and curves is fun and enlightening. A different dimension emerges on day 2. The off-road course is not intense, but overall, it's tougher than last year. The more capable vehicles are allowed on this climb that the Ranger Raptor should dispatch easily.
That's quite a climb. It doesn't even break a sweat.
Other sections include a basic dirt strip to check stability at speed. There's an area that replicates a Forest Service access road. Approach and departure angles are checked, and the descent into a pool. There are berms to check stability, and a mogul section. A solid overnight downpour has validated the Mudfest name. This is the Pacific Northwest. As you'd expect, Toyota Tacoma TRD Off-Road, Nissan Frontier Pro 4X, Ram Rebel, Chevy Colorado ZR2 Bison, Jeep Wrangler Rubicon, Lexus GX 550 Overtrail, and Ford Ranger Raptor cakewalk up the steep, sloppy slope. But so does the Honda Ridgeline Trail Sport, if you're wondering. A reminder, these vehicles, however capable in the wilderness, spend most of their days on pavement.
A lot of people are concerned that their vehicle won't perform off-road, but the reality is even something like the Hyundai Santa Fe, which is very comfortable on-road, is perfectly fine off-road, at least the kind of terrain that owners will actually point their vehicles at least the first owners.
Most all-wheel drive vehicles never see conditions like this. Buyers are better off buying to suit the terrain that they drive every day. For example, the Ineos Grenadier's personality is quite different from day one to day two.
The steering was sort of lazy to come back to center. I'm getting the impression that this is really oriented for off-roading
You nailed it.
in a major way.
You want to be in control when you're off-road,
Yeah.
so this makes perfect sense. The steering is what you need to be on a trail.
The Subaru Crosstrek Wilderness, with its 9.3 inches of ground clearance and unique transmission setup, breezes through the course without bumping its underbody protection. Speaking of,
EV9 really is a brilliant machine, but it does have a longer wheelbase and not an awful lot of ground clearance. Hear that? Yep, that's gonna happen.
Subaru's Solterra EV doesn't drag its belly as much, though it only has 2 rows and far less range at 222 miles.
There is a real advantage when it comes to EVs and off-roading. You don't hear any engine noise. Plus, all you're hearing is the sound of the tires on the ground, maybe some birds chirping. It really does bring you back to nature.
There are always a couple surprises at Mudfest, like the Kona.
This section is like an average Forest Service road. And again, this does not have the ground clearance of the Subaru Crosstrek Wilderness. And yet, here we go. Not a problem.
For extreme conditions, I found the ZR2 Bison more impressive the more I drove it.
The Bison gets 5 boron steel skid plates, so extremely high strength steel, lightweight, and you can essentially skate the truck across surfaces and not damage anything on the bottom.
I try not to do that.
Nobody ever tries.
All of the vehicles here, even the Urbane Genesis GV70, will get you to the good hiking trails, and none will leave you stranded. It's great to see the Mercedes GLS 580 ease through the course. Take it in, because when will you ever see one of these off-roading, or even on a dirt road?
The vehicles have all been driven hard, they're very dirty, and the scoring is in. And over the past couple days, I've been trying to figure out who the winners might be, because this has been a very tough competition. Could go any which way. So let's see who the winners are.
The 2-row Family SUV Award goes to the 2024 Jeep Wrangler Rubicon, with the 2024 Hyundai Kona Limited in second place. In the 3-row Family SUV segment, the 2024 Kia EV9 GT line all-wheel drive takes the crown. Boxing up runner-up status is the 2024 Hyundai Santa Fe XRT. In the category of luxury SUV, the winner is the 2024 Lexus GX 550 Overtrail, edging out the 2024 Genesis GV70. Competition was fierce in the pickup truck segment. The 2024 Chevrolet Colorado ZR2 Bison ends up winning over the 2025 Ram 1500 Rebel. Extreme capability? The title goes to the 2024 Jeep Wrangler Rubicon. Colorado ZR2 Bison snags second place. When it comes to best value, it's the 2024 Subaru Crosstrek Wilderness for the win, followed by Hyundai Kona Limited. In the electrified category, Kia EV9 GT line earns first place. Mitsubishi Outlander plug-in hybrid snags second. And congratulations to the Northwest Outdoor Vehicle of the Year winner, the 2024 Lexus GX 550 Overtrail. It takes the grand prize. Kia's EV9 GT line is runner-up. Special thanks to NWAPA members that took the time to travel to Shelton, Washington, a trek for many. It's even farther for every manufacturer rep. We couldn't hold Mudfest without them. Kudos to the Ridge Motorsports Park, which always runs a tight ship, and Alderbrook Lodge and Spa for lovely scenic accommodations. And I'll leave you with this advice. Test drive at least 3 different vehicles. Many journalists were surprised after getting in and out of each of these SUVs and pickups. You might be too, but you'll never know unless you actively go to check each rig out in person. It's why I like auto shows. It's very time efficient. For the Seattle International Auto Show, I'm Tom Volk.